Hey, what's up, Questers? Let me know down in the comments if you can see and hear me. The pump is on, obviously, because it would have to be. So, unfortunately, we have to deal with that until it turns off. But welcome to the live stream. It's not changing, so I'm not sure if this is working or not. Hold on. It's either way behind or something is not working properly. Let me see what's going on here. There we go. I can see myself on the screen. I'm not sure how far behind this is. It is taking a while for it to catch up. So hopefully you guys will be able to still ask questions and we can try to talk back and forth. Thank you so much for joining me for the live chat. This is our VR live chat we do every week. Stupid pump is going to drive me crazy, but awesome. You guys can hear it. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk about a little bit today about just VR in general. Obviously, the Quest is a huge part of that. Yay, the pump stopped. And because of the Quest being a huge part of VR, it's just, let's talk a little about general VR. So what I want to kind of mention and talk about today, and you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Matt? Thanks for joining. Matt Houston. Everything seems to be all right. Captain Combat, awesome. Yes, I did perform surgery, and it was not fun, at least in VR surgery. But anyways, let me know in the comments the answer to the question that I kind of posed in the title for this video. Why is VR so important in the world right now? And I kind of want to talk about that and see, greetings from a VR lockdown, yeah, and see what you guys think makes VR so important, especially in the circumstances that we're in right now worldwide as things continue to go crazy, and there's a lot of people that have to be quarantined, and it's just kind of being, it's kind of gone nuts. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think makes VR the most important thing. I personally really love the fact that virtual reality allows us to connect with people and to be able to have a social interaction, even if it is virtual, even if we're in a situation where we can't go anywhere. And part of that is because we're able to jump into games like, well, I put a picture of Facebook Horizon as the thumbnail for this because I think that's going to be a cool experience when it comes out. But there's a whole bunch of things: VR chat, you can do Rec Room, so there's a lot of cool stuff. Magma Bros, hello, how you doing? Let's see, Titan, how would you rate the Pavlov beta off of SideQuest 1 out of 10? It's awesome. Probably 10, or at least for the way it's running right now. It keeps getting better, and I really love it. It's 8 to 10. Let's see, I'm just going to read some questions here really quick while I wait for you guys to answer. What do you think is the biggest thing that makes VR so awesome or so important in the world right now as it sits right now? You can still talk to your friends. Yeah, that's awesome. VR chat rooms and lectures, yeah, that's an awesome thing to be able to have, is the opportunity to be able to go to classes and stuff in VR. VR is a great escape. It allows you to immerse yourself in ways you can't on console. Absolutely. Being able to travel to places makes VR beautiful and awesome, and I love the opportunity to be able to do that. Top 3 games for people who just got a Quest. Let me see. My top 3 games. Number 1 of them is to wait for the Room VR because that comes out at the end of the month or close to the end of the month, and that's absolutely awesome. 11, table tennis is really cool if you want to jump in and play against some people and you like ping pong. And Rec Room if you don't want to spend any money because that's a lot to do in Rec Room. Let me see. What percentage should I start charging my Oculus Quest? I run it almost dead, to be honest with you, because I use it so much. I keep it mostly charged, but when I'm using it, a lot of the times it'll run down really low, so it pretty much gets dead. Let me see. When will Saints and Sinners come to the Quest? Saints and Sinners comes to the Quest later this year. There was actually an error in one of the trailers that came out originally. It said quarter 3, and it actually was supposed to say quarter 4. So it'll be somewhere between October and December of this year. It's supposed to be releasing. Obviously, there is things that could affect that. A lot of things that are happening in the world right now are affecting a lot of different technology things. Fortunately, people are able to work from home, so there's things that can still get done. But we'll have to see a lot of these games, how they progress with the way that things are going. Have I pre-ordered Half-Life Alyx? I did not pre-order it. I'm waiting to see what happens with it. I am going to get it day 1, though. So let me see. What is my most anticipated game coming to the Quest? Phantom Covert Ops, probably. That one looks really cool, and some other projects that are in the works that I can't talk about. Let me see. Have you virtual desktop, so you can use Steam VR and games off the Rift Store? Yeah, virtual desktop's an awesome part of it. You should get Modern Warfare. It's free right now. Okay, I should definitely do that. When will Boneworks be released on the Quest? I don't know. Unfortunately, we don't really know anything about the Boneworks project. We're supposed to learn stuff over the course of the year. Nobody really knows when we're going to get a release or anything. Yeah, you can run Saints and Sinners over Oculus Link. I do it when I play it, and it works really well. I also use it on VD, and it works really well too. Let me see the whole bunch of comments here. 75 people on here. You guys are awesome. I just want to say that thank you for allowing us to be able to have a time to chat. Let's see. Quest 2 won't happen. I'm not sure why you would think that Quest 2 won't happen. I think that they're actively developing the next generation. It may not be a Quest 2, but they're definitely actively developing next generation of Quest. Yes, R.I.P. to E3, Opticat. Yes, Opticrat. Yes. It's unfortunate, but the VR presence at E3 hasn't been huge as of yet, so this might give opportunity for other online conferences, if you will. In fact, tomorrow in the news video you'll hear about this, but I'll just mention it right now. We're actually doing what's called the VRE this year. BMF is organizing the Virtual Reality Exposition, which is going to take place in June as well, and I've already been talking to some awesome developers and people that are going to announce games and release trailers as part of the VRE and some other cool stuff, developer interviews and gameplay, live gameplay, a lot of cool stuff. It's a collaboration between BMF and some other awesome content creators, and the list is growing of YouTube content creators that are joining, as well as developers and other companies. So it's going to be really cool. I think that it's all online, so no worried about that getting canceled. It's going to take place over the course of several days, so we can get a lot of stuff in. There's going to be a showcase where it shows a whole bunch of trailers and information about upcoming games, new games may be announced. Also, there's going to be some cool gameplay videos and developer interviews, hopefully, and some other behind-the-scenes type stuff over the course of those days. We don't know exactly how it's going to be structured yet, channel-wise, which channels are going to do what. I'd like to try to spread it out a little bit so a lot of different people can be posting different stuff, so you get a lot of content, but we'll have to see. But that's coming. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to share more. Let me see if I can take a look at some content or questions here. For people who love horror, which horror game do you think people should get? Out of the ones on the Quest right now, if you want jump scares that's easy for someone newer to VR, then I would do Affected the Manor. If you want something really tense that has a lot of replayability, do Dread Halls, because that has procedurally generated levels. The Exorcist, I've not actually played The Exorcist. I've heard that it's scary. I also heard some stuff about it that it's some of the locomotion's a little odd. I don't know about that one, but those two are probably the top ones. That, and if you have people scared of heights, grab Richie's Plank Experience. That's pretty scary too. Let me see. Sign me up, Shane. Yes. Yep, you're on the list. Let me see. Can Saints and Sinners be downloaded on sidequest? No, it cannot, unfortunately. It's going to be coming to the Quest later this year, but it is a game you have to run from your PC with either a virtual desktop or with Link. Let me see here what we got going on. Do you know when Echo is coming? Echo is coming out. I really want to play it with my brother. So you're talking about Echo Arena, I imagine. No, I'm hoping that we're going to get some information next week because Facebook's actually doing an online... GDC got canceled, so they're doing kind of an online developer showcase next week with game announcements and with other stuff going on. So hopefully we'll get some more information next week about that and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Is it worth it to Frankenquest my headset with the HTC DAS? A lot of people think that it is. I personally haven't because I actually don't mind the Quest the way that it is, just stock. I actually have some counterweights that I don't even use because personally it doesn't bother me the way that it is. But a lot of people love that. So if it's something that you are struggling with, then yes, it's a very good option to be able to take a look at. Oops, notifications here. Why is Gadgeteer still in early access? Because they're still working on it. They're still adding stuff to it, and I think they've got a lot of stuff to come as well. Space Pirate Arena, yes. Mighty Quinn, I cannot wait for Space Pirate Arena. Was talking with the developer today about that. I'm trying to get some cool stuff for you guys, and there's some stuff in the works that might be really cool. And I might be calling on the community to help out with it, so we'll see what happens, but keep on the lookout for that as well. I'm trying to find some questions here. It's popping up really fast. What VR headsets do I have? The only ones I have currently are the PlayStation VR and the Quest, because I don't see a need to have any other ones. The Quest can run PC VR, and for what I've used for PC VR, it runs it adequately enough for the amount that I use it. I use my Quest as a Quest more often than I do as a with Link or VD, so it seems to function pretty well. What's the best shooter out on the Quest or not out? Contractors is a lot of fun. Pavlov is a lot of fun. Those ones are the online shooters that are coming, and I think those are probably the best ones, and those are really cool. What's the cheapest way to distribute the weight of the Oculus Quest? What some people do is they take rolls of some sort of coin, whether it's quarters or pennies, and they put it in the back of the neck, and they use rubber bands, and they rubber band the back of the neck, and that seems to work really well, actually, surprisingly. Which computer supports virtual reality? A lot of computers support virtual reality. It depends on the components. There's recommended specs, and then there is minimum specs. You can take a look at them on like the Oculus website, or you can run something like the Steam. I can't remember what it's called now. The tool that allows you to see if your PC will run it, or you can check and look for VR specific PCs. But there's a whole bunch of lists of recommended specs that you need, or minimum specs. Do you have any tips for people saving up money to buy a headset or ways to gain money quickly? Unfortunately, I don't really know. Just keep saving money aside. It keeps going out of stock as it is anyways. So unfortunately, it's kind of hit and miss whether you can get one right now anyways. Do you still use Box VR as a workout? Yes, I love Box VR. Why hasn't Pavlov been updated for like 4 months? They're still working on getting the final version done. I don't know when that's going to come. Some people have said June. We're going to get more information about it. So we'll see if that happens in June. The Shadow Beta sounds pretty cool. Yeah, Captain Combat, it does sound awesome. I can't wait to check it out. I've reached out to them to see if I can take a look at it. The beta has certain requirements that I don't have, like having a fiber wire internet connection. I don't have fiber available where I'm at, so I have everything else, just not fiber. So we'll see if they let me get in or not, but I definitely want to take a look at it, and hopefully very soon we'll have information for you guys about whether it works really well or not. Does the Oculus Quest have the ability to have its battery replaced? Unfortunately, it does not. You cannot replace the battery in the Quest. Opticrat, you should do a collab with Gamertag or Nathy or Mike. Yeah, I've done collaborations with Gamertag a couple of times. Once on the channel here, and then once I just played with him live on his channel. They're all awesome creators, and in my world, or in a perfect world, I would be able to do collaborations all the time with them. Just sometimes it doesn't work out. Definitely something I want to do more of in the future. I actually had a video on Nathy's channel when he was on vacation. I did a video and he put it on there, so that's kind of a collaboration, right? Let's see. What do you think of Half-Life Alyx? I wish that I had more. I'd seen more so I can really say what I think. What I've seen, it looks absolutely amazing. And IGN has been playing quite a bit of it. And what they've said looks amazing. And I think it's going to take VR to the next level. And it's going to just make it so that it's even more mainstream, which is just really good for us as VR users or even as Questers. I think that the Quest is just going to be propelled forward even farther. Let me see. I'm just looking through questions here. 120 gigabyte is in stock. Yeah, it's been in and out of stock the last couple of days. Whether you can catch it at the right time or not is dependent on your luck, I suppose. Any free games you recommend for the Quest? Grim Reaper, yeah. Rec Room is really good. If you like to just mess around and fish, bait's fun. But the best free game, in my opinion, is definitely Rec Room if you're looking for a lot of stuff to do. A lot of people do have problems with some of the players in Rec Room, but like they've added a lot of features in where you can mute people and you can create bubbles, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff you can do that minimize that. So Rec Room is probably the biggest and most accessible with the most to do. Well, I mean, there's other things like VR chat you can do a lot of stuff in, and there's other things you can do too, but I personally like Rec Room. Is there a way to do full body tracking on Quest right now, excluding the trackers that's coming out soon? Not specifically on the Quest anyways. PC VR you can do full body tracking. Obviously the Quest has some hand tracking, not that I know of easily, or with internally with everything just with the Quest. There very well could be, but I haven't really looked into it a lot. My school's STEM director had recently invested in developing some VR education systems. This is a perfect use case, but it wasn't ready in time. Maybe the state will consider his grant for future disasters. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is if schools can get VR education kits, essentially, then if something like this was to happen, or there was a snow day, which I know a lot of students don't care about having school on a snow day, but it just means that you'd be able to actually attend school without having to go to school. Michelle, how do you connect your Quest to SideQuest? You have to plug it in with a cable. If you have a USB-C cable or a port on your computer, then you can actually plug it into with the charging cable that came with it. But if you don't, you're going to need a cable. For a while, I used my S9 cable. I don't anymore, but I used the S9 cable, that charging cable that came with my Samsung Galaxy S9. What do you think is the best story-based VR title for the Quest? Moss is an amazing game, so is Ghost Giant. Red Matter, though, is probably my favorite first-person story-based game, even though it's only a few hours long, or I think it's like 2.5, 3 hours long. But those are all awesome story-based games if you're looking for stories. Let me see. Yes, there is full body tracking, but it's not ready for consumers yet. Yeah, see, I don't really keep up on full body tracking right at the moment, unfortunately, because it's just not a broad appeal to it. But yeah, I'm sure that there is definitely stuff out there. Boss Man Pro, going to play Rec Room. See you later. Have fun. Let me see. Yes, I do have a 3-minute video on how to do SideQuest. If you search a channel for SideQuest, it's a really quick video on how to connect to SideQuest. Moss, yes, Moss is a great game for story-based. Do you know when FNAF Help Want is coming to the Quest? Soon, I heard, but I don't know an exact date. So hopefully next week at the online Facebook whatever gaming conference, we'll get more information about that. What is the best sideload game? Crisis Brigade is a lot of fun. Pavlov is a lot of fun. There's others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but those are the top 2 probably most fun games that I play on a regular basis on SideQuest. Charlie Vlogs and Football said, my friend's Quest won't let him buy any games, so I was wondering if you know how to fix it. I've seen this problem. I don't know how to fix it. If you get in touch with Oculus, they may be able to help. I've had a few people have that issue. Try an alternative payment method if it's possible. PayPal is a good one if you can't get a card to work. Other than that, unfortunately, the only thing really to do is reach out to Oculus. What is the best story-driven game that isn't in the mainstream media? Let me see. Well, Ghost Giant is probably less mainstream, but that's probably one of my favorite story-based games. The Room VR is kind of mainstream, but that's coming out at the end of the month, and I keep telling people to get it, but I just love it that much. It's really good. Am I going to review the Tesla haptic suit at some point? I would love to. I'm not sure when I'm going to get that to be able to use, but I would definitely love to be able to test it out. Oh, a whole bunch of questions. I bought Minecraft Java Edition, but I don't know how to play it on the VR on the Quest. I trade ALVR, but it doesn't work with my laptop. All right, so what you can do is I've got a tutorial. I'm pretty sure I got a tutorial on how to do it. It uses VD, but unfortunately, when you try playing Minecraft, the Java Edition I'm assuming you're trying to use Vivecraft, you have to use, there's specific things with your PC you have to be able to have the ability to run it. It's a little bit more intensive than running Minecraft because it uses essentially 2 screens to do that. So it still doesn't take a full-on gaming computer to do, but it takes a little bit more than a normal processor or a normal GPU sometimes. Any word on people using VR to help people work with the pandemic issue? I haven't heard anything specific about that. I know a lot of people are using it that are at their homes that have to stay there, which is fine. It's not. It's a good thing. That's kind of why one of the questions I did with this whole live chat was, why is it important right now? And I think it's important to keep people connected, and that's really the answer to that question, I think. Let me see. Hold on just a second. Let me get here. Would you ever do a stream where you play a game? Yeah, I've done a few game streams a long time ago. They're okay with the Quest. I'm not a huge fan of how it works to stream games with the Quest, which is why I don't do it very often, or at all really, because I have a hard time. I mean, it works okay, but I just don't like the way that it does it and how cumbersome it is. It is a pain in the butt to be able to stream to YouTube. So, no, I don't do it that often. I've considered it, and I probably will again at some point, but I just haven't done it for a while. Oh, a whole bunch of questions just came in. Can you cross-platform in Rec Room with PSVR? Yeah, as far as I know, it is cross-platform. So you can cross-platform with all of the like PCVR, PSVR, and do it that way, which is cool because you get a lot of extra players, so not just Quest players. Hey, Rock Cruise, what's up? Let me see. Do you know when FNAF? No, FNAF. I don't have any more information, unfortunately. The best multiplayer game. Rec Room's really good because it always has people on, pretty much. I like Pavlov if you can get that. 11 Table Tennis is really good. Those are kind of my go-to ones right now. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through some questions. Anyway, hold on. Are you going to play Oculus games? I don't... Like right now, I don't usually, when we do a live stream, we chat, and that's kind of where it's at for these live streams. I do a lot of I do a lot of gameplay videos, or I try to anyway. So I don't usually do that for my live chats. We just kind of hang out. I don't really like the supposed most popular games. So what do you recommend for me? It depends on what you mean by the most popular games. Beat Saber is probably among those, and it's okay to me. It's not my favorite. My personal favorite games, I'll give you my top ones right now, is the Red Matter, 11 Table Tennis right now. What else have I been playing? Audica is a lot of fun. And Thrill of the Fight, I use that a lot. That's a lot of fun. Let me see. Cross-platform Rec Room is also the biggest reason for the kids in the Rec Room. Yeah, that's probably the biggest reason. You're right. Let me see here. What do you think about Aspire 1? I do like Aspire 1, yes. That is a good game. It kind of gets forgotten a lot because there was some negative stuff that happened with it when it first came out. But actually, I have got another video of it coming out. Oh, when do I have it coming out? I can't remember. I think it might be in the next couple of weeks. I was planning on doing another video of Aspire 1, and it's just not come out yet. Let me see. Whoops, I'm just doing some moderating here really quick. Sorry, I need to get moderators on here, but I don't have them at the moment. Let me see. What do I think of Journey of the Gods? Journey of the Gods is fun. I like Journey of the Gods because it's a cool, almost Zelda-esque style first-person game. So if you like an adventure kind of RPG style game where you can actually upgrade your weapons and stuff, at least to some degree, then yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's awesome. Is it safe to side quest? Yes, it is safe to side quest. Actually, they work a lot with Oculus back and forth, and they talk to them, and it's not dangerous as far as bricking your device or anything. I don't know. I don't really know if I've heard of anybody that really bricked their device with side quest or side loading, and it does not break the terms of use, so you should be totally fine with it. Aspire was fun. Yes, I do agree. Aspire is awesome. I have played Wrench VR. Yes, not a lot, but it is fun. It's very in depth. Let's see. How do you use virtual desktop? Not on the same Wi-Fi. You have to turn on your. I can't remember what the setting is, but you can turn it on, and as long as it's on and connected and using SideQuest or using VD, you can connect to it remotely from a wireless connection. It just does it automatically. Okay, let me do some more moderations here really quick. All right, there we go. Sorry, I just had to take a pause here and just do some moderating. Like I said, I want to be able to get some moderators in and help me out, but I don't have a lot of time to try to ask people to do it and try to get them on here. So have I played Dash Dash? Yes, Dash Dash is awesome. I enjoy Dash Dash. It's a lot of fun. It's getting better too. They just released version 3 and it's an update and it's a lot of fun. I'm not a Beat Saber master at all. I'm okay. I have not mastered that. It takes a lot of time and effort and many hours, and I just don't have the time to put into it. Otherwise, I would, and I would enjoy that. But I don't have the time to do it, unfortunately. Hey there, Stingray follower. How you doing? Can we play Pavlov someday? Tommy, I'd like to play Pavlov someday. I want to try to get a little league going if I can and try to have fun with Pavlov. It'd be easier if it was released officially because a lot more people could join. But yes, I do want to play Pavlov. Can you use Bluetooth headsets for the Quest? Yeah, you can. It's delayed sometimes. I don't use them because of that. It can have some lag, which can cause issues. But yeah, you can use them. Which is better, the Quest or the Rift? Well, it depends on what you want. Personally, I would choose the Quest because it does both. If you have any interest in wireless, tetherless gameplay, then get the Quest for sure. That's my opinion. But then you can also connect it to the PC and use it for PC gaming. So it's the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Let's see. Should I buy Super Hot or Ghost Giant? If you've never played Super Hot before, then definitely play Super Hot. Ghost Giant's an awesome game, and it's a lot of fun, but there's just something special about Super Hot that is a lot of fun, and I really like it. Mark, what's up? How you doing? The game Pizza Hero, I'm still working on it. It just goes really slow because I'm doing it by myself, and I'm not a game developer, but it is definitely in the process. It's just being worked on. Saints and Sinners, scary. It's very tense, and there's some moments in it where it can be scary. It's not like a jump scare type game, but it's definitely very tense. Let's see. Sign me up for a Pavlov League. Yeah, Shane, if we can do that, I would love to be able to have a Pavlov League. That would be awesome. That would be a lot of fun to do. Let me see. Is there a way to efficiently stream the Quest to Twitch? No, not really. Not efficiently or easily. It's definitely doable, but it's not easy, which is why I don't do it. Oh, I live stream Pavlov almost 3 times a week on YouTube and 2 times a week on Twitch. I'm down to get on a game with anybody. Awesome. That would be cool. Like I said, I do want to put one together. If things can slow down a little bit for me and I can get to the point where things are rolling more in a regular manner, then I'm definitely going to try to do that. Let's see. Is Pokemon VR any good? It's not bad. It's fun if you're a really big fan of Pokemon. Let's see. Hi, honey. My wife's on chatting. Let me see. Oculus, Quest, or Rift. I just answered that. My personal preference is Quest because of the fact that you can use it for both. Magic Trixman shout out once more. There you go. There's your shout out. Thanks for joining in. 81 people we're up to now. This is awesome. Is Red Matter scary? It's a little tense, but it's not scary, no. Why don't they put all the good stuff on Quest like what Steam has in the Rift? Because it's not able to do everything that the PC VR can do. And because of that, it takes time to put it on there. There's good stuff coming, and there's good stuff on there. It's just taking some time. Have you played Pavlov? Oh, hold on a second. Not Pavlov. Have you played Doctor Who: The Edge of Time? And if you did, have you or have you not watched the show? I've not watched. I mean, I've watched bits and pieces of the show here and there, but I don't religiously watch it, and I've never watched a full episode, I don't think. I have played the game. It's fun. There were some glitches that were, especially as you got further onto it, but they're working on fixing that and giving visual upgrades, so I would hold off on it for right now if you're looking at getting it. Charlie Vlogs of Football. I'm in Scotland, and it's 9:30. Yeah, it's only 5:30 here, so you're a few hours ahead of us. Let's see. Do I follow Tycho Tech or Eric for President? Yes, I'm actually friends with both of them. I'm subscribed to both of them, and they both have awesome channels. I follow both of them. I was just talking with Eric earlier today, actually. Let me see. I hear that cows use VR headsets to reduce stress. Yes, I've heard the same thing. I don't know how it works, but I've definitely heard it. Is Freediver a scary game? If you are scared of water or drowning or tight spaces, then yes. Otherwise, it's not necessarily scary. Very tense and very suspenseful as far as trying to get through the water. But yeah, it's not like ultra scary. Let me see. Any games that use a VZ Fit sensor? Not yet. That'd be cool if they added support, but right now it's just the games that come on the VZ Fit applications that you put on your Quest. Let me see. Five Nights at Freddy Help Wanted. I reckon it'll release on its first-year-old birthday. That would be cool, and people think that there are going to be announcements coming next week at this event. I've mentioned the Oculus or Facebook event next week. It's going to talk about the 1-year anniversary, and I'm sure we'll probably see some awesome stuff on the 1-year anniversary. Hopefully some really cool games. Let's see. There are games for Quest, but not on the Oculus Store. How do I get them? Side-loading is the only way to get the games that are not on the Quest Store, if that's what you're talking about. Let's see. What's the best scary game? My personal preference, because scary games scare the crap out of me. But if you're going to get a scary game right now on the Quest, if you're looking for quick jump scares and something you can jump into really quick, get Affected the Manor, or get Dread Halls is really fun too. If you like that kind of like tense wandering around, worrying you're going to run into something after when you go around a corner. Let me see. There are games for Quest, but not... Yeah, okay. I already answered that question. So let's go ahead and Ray-Ban Jockey, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel. I love doing it. So I'm just happy that you guys are all on here. It still surprises me when you guys join in. There's 82 people on here right now, and it's really cool to see everyone involved and just having a good time. And I just want to be able to chat with you guys, which is why I do this. I don't expect to, have any groundbreaking things happen during this. I don't play games. I just talk, but I think it's cool to have a time to just hang out together. N Blaster Animates, can I have a shout out? Yes, shout out to you, N Blaster Animates. Let's see. Let's do that. Moderation. Is that a green screen behind you? Yes, it is. You can see the my hand goes out of frame right there. Let's see. Will buying Red Matter? What other games should I buy? Oh, we'll buy Red Matter. What other games should I buy? Do you recommend Arizona Sunshine? Arizona Sunshine. Did it again. If you watched my video, you'd understand why that's funny. I think it's fun for its multiplayer. The game isn't too bad. The graphics aren't the greatest, but it is fun, and it's got an interesting storyline, and the multiplayer is pretty cool. So if you're looking for a multiplayer zombie shooter, then that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool choice. Let me see here. Where are we at? Anything that's underwater or on the water, I'd consider scary. Yeah, my wife hates water stuff. That's what she's saying. Anything that has to do with the water, she despises it, and it scares her, so she definitely wouldn't be playing that. Let me see. This is really random, but I share a birthday with J.K. Rowling on the first Harry Potter book. That's cool. I'm not even sure when that is, actually, unfortunately, because I like Harry Potter, but I'm not up to all the... I didn't like it until I was older. Let me put it that way. Let me see. I very much enjoy your channel. Any thoughts on Star Trek Bridge Crew for Quest? I'm thinking about playing it this weekend. I have not played it on the Quest. I played it on other platforms, and I think it's fun. It's a really cool game to be able to play with a whole bunch of people. Single player, it's not bad, but the multiplayer is really where it gets a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a multiplayer game and you have friends to play with it, then yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. What is Red Matter about? Red Matter is about one of the... I'm trying to remember what planet it is. It might be a moon off of one of the planets. I can't remember which one it is. Mars, Saturn, I can't remember. But it is a game where you have to go investigate this facility. It kind of takes place in like this alternate Cold War type of setting. It's really cool. It's some weird stuff going on. It's puzzles. It's a little creepy, but it's not scary. So if you're worried about jump scares, then don't worry about that. But it is a lot of fun. Do I think Rick and Morty VR will ever come to the Quest? It is possible. A lot of the other games that are similar have come to the Quest, so it's possible. No announcements yet, but let's see. Funky1233, can I get a shout out? Sure. There you go. We need Alien Isolation on the Quest. Yeah, that would be creepy as heck if they had that on the Quest. This seems to be very far behind today, so hopefully you guys are still able to kind of bounce things back and forth, but I feel like it's very, very behind right now. I'm not sure what the latency is or what the lag is on this, but I think I messed something up when I did the original connection. Hopefully it's working okay still. What do you expect from Facebook Horizon? Am I excited? I am excited because I want to see what they do. Social games on the Quest are one of the best parts about it, and I'm excited to try it. I'm expecting some really cool stuff from it. We'll see exactly what happens and where it goes, but I'm hoping it becomes a hub where you jump into that when you put your Quest on, and then you're in your own home. Like the home environment we have right now will kind of go away, and we'll have our own home environments where we can get into games from there, and we can have people over to our homes, kind of like Rec Room or some of the other social games. But I think that's what would be awesome if you could have a home hub where you can enter games by physically going through doors, for instance. That would just be amazing. Hey, BMF, I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to ask you when the Quest comes back. Thank you very much for loving the channel. I love doing it. You're talking about coming back in stock. It was just back in stock yesterday, and it's been in and out of stock today. So hopefully some people can catch them. With the cameras on the Quest, do you think a developer will ever produce an augmented reality game with the freedom the Quest has? Probably not for the Quest, because the cameras for the Quest, unfortunately, although they are adequate, they just don't work very well. Got 11 Table Tennis directly from the creator for $10. 11 Table Tennis is an awesome game for sure. Chaotic Cobra, can you get a shout out? Sure. Shout out to you. Let me just see what we got going on here. I'm trying to read through some of these comments. It's 96 people on right now. Wow, we just jumped up. Thank you all for joining me today. Facebook Horizon is going to be awesome. Yes, the unsettling... let's see where the comment just disappeared. But yes, Facebook Horizon is going to be awesome. Is there online multiplayer for game for Quest and Vive? There's some cross-platform games. I don't know all off the top of my head. I know things like Rec Room is cross-platform. What was the other one? Arizona Sunshine's not cross-platform. There are quite a few. There's a list somewhere that shows you all the cross-platform games that you can play a cross-platform on. Oh, a whole bunch of comments just came in. We're up to 99. 99. Do we hear 100? Can we get 100 in the live chat? Any update on game Snowdrift? I've reached out about Snowdrift. I cannot wait for it. I'm waiting to see what happens. No update, unfortunately. What's my favorite Quest game right now? It is The Room VR. That is my favorite Quest game. I have a 1050 Ti with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Can I handle the Oculus Link? If not, what should I upgrade to as cheap as possible? The 1050 Ti is pretty far below recommendation, unfortunately. People have been able to get the 1650 Ti to work fine. The 1050 Ti probably won't work, and if it does, it's going to be really slow or glitchy. It could be. So try to get something like a 1650 Ti, or I actually have a 1070 that worked perfectly, had no issues. That's probably your best bet. That's probably one of the cheapest things you can get right now. A couple $100, 180 bucks for a 1070 right now, a used one, and if it's in good condition, it'll do exactly what you need it to do. Should I get Aspire 1 or should I get Phantom Ops? They're both very different games. Phantom Covert Ops is going to be awesome when it comes out, and I can't wait to play that fully when it does come out. Although Aspire 1 is really good too. They're just very different games. Let's see. When do you think... Oh, that just went away. Getting some comments here. I keep losing some of these comments. I just got a Quest and it's awesome. Endblast Animates said, yeah, it is awesome. You're right. I'm glad you just were able to get it. Let's see. I was just in a session of Half-Life VR. It's the most immersive Quest game I've ever played. You're talking about side-loading the Half-Life VR version. It is fun, yes. I played it early on before some of the fixes that came in, so I haven't jumped back in yet, and it was had some glitches and some issues, but it is definitely a lot of fun. 1050 Ti works perfect for me on Link. Okay, Connor, that's great to know. Thanks for letting me know. So whoever, I can't remember who asked the question, but the 1050 Ti apparently does work for the Link. So definitely test it out before you make any changes. If you run into issues, then it could be that, but if it works perfect, then that's good to know. What game would you love to convert into VR? Mine is GTA, and also can I get a shout out? Sure. There's your shout out, Nasser. What game would I love to be converted to VR? I think I answered this a while ago, and I think I said Metal Gear Solid. So something like Metal Gear Solid or Prince of Persia, some of those types of games from the older consoles. Tomb Raider, I think they have an experience, a small experience, but it'd be awesome to see one of those ones in VR too. Let me see. I have a 1050, and it works. It has worked amazingly for me, but only wirelessly with ALVR. Ah, well, that's good to know. It's not compatible right with Oculus Link, so if it doesn't work with Link, try using VD, then it might work. But yeah, the 1050 apparently works with VD as well. Let's see. Can Windows 7 run an Oculus Quest with Oculus Link? No. The minimum requirements are... I think it actually might be Windows 10 for minimum requirements for Oculus Link. I can't remember what the Windows requirement is, but yeah, no, it won't run... Windows 7 won't run Oculus Link, unfortunately. Is Path of the Warrior worth it? I really like Path of the Warrior. It is a throwback game for me. I played it with GT, Gamertag VR, and we had a lot of fun, and I still want to get back and finish that game with him. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I very much enjoy it. Do Oculus Rift games work just as well on the Quest when using the Oculus Link? Yeah, if you're using Oculus Link and your PC runs them, it works beautifully. There's little to no latency at all, and none noticeable anyways that I can tell, and I just think it's perfect. It works great. I've used it a lot of times to play games that I wouldn't normally be able to play on the Quest, and it works really well. Will a game similar to Boneworks ever come to the Quest? Yeah, actually, Owen, it will. Hey, BMF, love your channel. Thanks for making content. Thank you very much, Unsettling Sex Boy. Very kind of you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Back to Boneworks. Yes, it will come to the Quest. Not Boneworks specifically, but a game like it. They're developing a game in that universe for the Quest, and it'll have similar mechanics. So it is coming. Have I played Expect You to Die? If you did you enjoy it? I beat Expect You to Die on another platform on PSVR. I have played it on the Quest, and yeah, it's awesome. Very much a fun game, and it's really cool as a seated experience, too. As many of you reminded me on one of the last live chats. Let's see. SideQuest is super easy. Yep, it is. What VR headsets do you have, and can you shout out me? Pugman, yeah, there's your shout out, Pugman. I only have the Quest and PlayStation VR because I don't see the need to have anymore, and it's just not something that I need at the moment. I'd love to have like an Index, but it's not worth it to me to pay for it when I can do everything I want to do with the Quest right now. Let me see. Nice camera for a stream. Thank you. I'm streaming from my GH5 into my PC, so that's why it looks better than some of them. Let me see. Why is the developer of Nimsoy not making Quest games? He's great. I don't know. Send him a message and tell him he should make something. Let me see. For those of you who want to play PC VR games, use Shadow PC. Let's see. Yes, I'm just scrolling through the comments here. Sorry. When do you think Echo VR is coming? I don't know. It's up in the air, back and forth. Hopefully, we'll hear something this week. What are your top 3 games that you believe to be underrated? Underrated. Sirento is probably underrated. That is one of the best combat games on the Quest. Let me see. Red Matter's not underrated. Probably, I would imagine. Oh, I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. Ghost Giant's pretty underrated. That is a lot of fun. Let me see. What other games are there? I'm trying to run through a list of games in my mind, and I'm running them blank. But those 2 for sure are underrated, and I think that they're both great. BMF, what game you would like to see the most get ported to the Quest? From all of the games that are out there on VR platforms, I would love to see something like Astrobot, because I just am a sucker. It won't happen, but I'm just a sucker for those types of games. If you only have a Quest and a PSVR, what's behind you on the wall? It's fake. Those are all. It's a green screen with fake stuff, and that's not actually there. Posters are fake too, actually. I don't actually have one of those posters. I'm going to get one because hopefully one of these days I'm going to build an actual room that looks like that. But right now it's just fake. Side loading does not void the warranty. Nope, it does not. Do you know if the Oculus Quest will get a software update to help the visuals or to make the games run much better? I mean, is it possible we'll see updates to do that? They keep updating it. The chip in it only will do so much, but they are pushing it. And as you'll see in tomorrow's news video again, they have developed a way to increase the power of the GPU in the Quest. Still only in like... They're testing it, and it's supposed to only be an educational thing. It's not actually supposed to be being used, or they're not saying that it's going to be, but it's definitely possible. Can someone hack the cameras of the Quests? Not as far as I know. I mean, maybe if you had somebody that really knew what they were doing, but I'm not sure the purpose of that. I doubt that it's actually easily possible or possible at all. I'm going to go ahead and hide that because do some moderation here. Is No Man's Sky on the Quest? No, it's not. I wish that it was, but it is not. It's probably too big to be able to be on the Quest. Let me see here. What else we got here? Am I going to play Half-Life Alyx with the Quest? And what do I think is the best comfort mod? The best comfort mod is the Franken-Quest, probably. And yes, I am going to play the Half-Life Alyx on the Quest. I definitely look forward to it, and I can't wait to seeing it. BMF, do you think hand tracking will get better and be introduced in games and will be a big thing? I don't know if it'll be a big thing, but it'll definitely be introduced in games. There's some people that I know, developers that are experimenting with it. And I think with Oculus is still developing it. It's still very much an early thing and in beta. As they get better at it, I think that it'll definitely take off more. I'm not sure if it'll ever be a huge thing, but as things go on, I think that it'll definitely get better. Let me see here. I use an RTX 2060 Super, and I have no problem to run virtual desktop, Steam VR, and games after Oculus. Yeah, the RTX cards, the 2060 especially, definitely does really well. The GTX 1060 still works for some things, and it works better for VD, actually, than it does with Link. Let's see. I'm trying to do some moderation here at the same time. Bear with me for a second. What's your favorite Oculus brand game? So like an Oculus Studio game. Path of the Warrior probably is the first one that comes to mind. Quest case or a Quest stand? I have both, and I use my case more, if that answers your question. Can you play Steam VR with Oculus Link? Yep, you can. Let me see. Will Shadow come to Canada? I think that it will eventually. I'm not sure that when that'll happen, but yeah, I think so. Do you think the Franken Quest is worth the money? If you're having issues with the comfort, then yeah, it's definitely worth it if you're looking for that kind of a headset. What is your favorite story-based game? Red Matter, The Room VR, Moss. Those are all excellent ones. When you purchase a VR game, it should include all platforms. Yeah, some of them do include cross-platform. There won't be a day, I doubt, when we'll ever see Steam working with it because they're just two different companies, unfortunately. Let's see. What is this stream about? I just came in. We're just chatting right now. Mind Genies. We're kind of talking about... Originally, it started off with why VR is so important, but now we're just chatting. What is your favorite hand tracking game or demo? I don't really have one right now. There really isn't any good. They're okay. There's a piano one that's kind of fun to play around with. But for the most part, they're just demos. The rock, paper, scissors ones is pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to getting the... what is it? I can't remember the name of the game. The one with the wizards. It's not the wizards, but it's the other one. I can't remember that one, but that one's going to be really cool. Let's see. Jeff, love the channel, buddy. Thank you very much, Jeff. I love doing it. It's awesome to be able to have people that enjoy what I do, and we can do it together. It's really cool. What PC do you use to run the Oculus Quest, and is it a good PC to save up for? I mentioned this last week. I use a iBuyPower. I bought a couple years ago, and I replaced some parts in over the course of the last little while. I bought it at the time as a pre-built PC because all the components were so expensive to get, and I needed a PC fast because mine died, and I was editing videos, and I needed it. That's the one that I have. Zion, shout out to you, sure. What is the best? Oh, that just disappeared. Would you trade your Quest for an Index? Nope, not in a second. If I want an Index, someday I'll save up for it and get it, but no, I would not trade my Quest for an Index because I lose my freedom to be able to take it anywhere and do whatever I want with it. Wands, yes, Jeff. The Wands is an awesome game. That is a great multiplayer game. That's not the game I was talking about, but that is an awesome game. That would be cool with hand tracking. Now I'm confused. It was not Wands, is it? No. What the heck is that one? Anyone know what the name of that is? Well, Wands is a great one. You got me for a second. I thought that's what it was, but no, it's not Wands. Waltz of the Wizards. That's what it's called. Waltz of the Wizards. There you go. Unsettling. Yeah. You got it. What is your favorite sideload game that is not Pavlov? That would definitely have to be Crisis Brigade. Oogie Boogie. BMF, do you think that the virus affects the shipping on the official Oculus Link cable because it's been waiting for it for a while now? It's affecting a lot of things, so yes, probably it'll affect the shipping on it. Let's see. Oop. Is there an alternative to touch controllers for Quest other than hands? Nope, there is not, unfortunately, because of the way that it works. Let's see. Pugman, it sucks because if someone streams, it's always night because I live in South Africa. Yeah, I'm trying to find the right time that works the best for everyone. Unfortunately, I live on the EST time zone, so it has to be a time when I can do it, but I'm playing with it. I'm trying to get the best time. What's my favorite side-loaded game? Crisis Brigade is probably my favorite side-loaded game, followed by Pavlov. Did I ever make a video about custom Beat Saber maps on Quest? No, because a lot of people have done it. Tycho Tech has some great stuff for doing that kind of stuff, and I just kind of leave that to him because a lot of the stuff I do is just mainly focused on games and how to do specific things with the regular Quest platform. I do some side quests and side loading stuff to help you guys out, but I'm not a huge Beat Saber person, so I have not done a video on that. Would I play Fallout 4 in VR? Yeah, I would play Fallout 4 in VR just because I like Fallout. Let's see. How are your live streams even in 4K? Because I have a 4K camera that's running out of 3 HDMI, my GH5, into, I can't remember what device it is, into my computer. And it seems to work pretty well. A little bit glitchy, but it seems to work pretty well. Let me see here. Let's see if I have any more questions. I'm going to have to end it pretty soon here because it's a Friday night. Friday night at my house is pizza night, and I want some pizza. So pretty soon I'm going to have to end this. But if there's any specific questions you want to know, or if there's any specific things you want to talk about, let me know in the comments really quick. Another 5 minutes maybe or so, and we will end the stream. But thank you all for joining me for what you've already joined so far. You guys are awesome. Yes, you can use Link on Mac. BMF, do you think the touch controllers were a bigger innovation than the knuckles, or the touch controllers outlined better ergonomics and hand gestures than others? I don't know about a bigger innovation than the knuckles. Maybe. I personally love the way that the touch controllers fit in my hands. Some people say that they're too big, too small. My hands fit perfectly. They're my favorite controller that I've used so far. They don't do everything that the index controllers do. But that's okay. It's around 10 p.m. here in England, so you're all good for my time zone. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Let me see. With that camera, I should be a Twitch streamer. Yeah, I have thought about streaming games. I just don't. I don't have the time. If I did to have the time to just sit there and play games, I would. It's honestly stretching, and I know this sounds stupid, and I have way too much going on, but if I want time with my family that I like to take and some time for myself so that I don't have to work 24/7, then I don't have time to do a lot of streaming. This is my one time a week I do about an hour of streaming, and the rest of it's spent doing other stuff or spending time with my family. Let me see. Best headphones for the Quest. I don't use headphones a lot, unfortunately. I use my editing headphones when I need them. There's a couple of really good headphones. The official ones work really well. There's some on Amazon that I was going to buy and test out, but I don't use them a lot, unfortunately. Any idea on good multiplayer game for the Quest? 11 Table Tennis is fun. Let's see. Arizona Sunshine is a fun multiplayer game. Rec Room is a lot of fun, and it's free if you want to try out multiplayer stuff. Boxing, Creed is a lot of fun if you can find somebody to play, but it can be a little bit challenging to find somebody. In the future, could you do this kind of video on Alt Space or in Facebook Horizon so we can actually see? I want to do an interactive one, yeah, one of these times. I just haven't. I might do it in Horizon. I might wait because there's a lot of platform issues that I have with some of the other platforms. I think it'd be a lot easier to do it in Horizon, and once we figure out what it is. Is there any space games on the Quest? There is a space game that I can't remember the name of, and it's not bad. It's pretty cool. Nothing extraordinary, but yeah, there is one. And I just can't remember what the name of it is. BMF, do you think that Alex will be a Boneworks clone? I just don't want to waste my money. No, Alex is not going to be a Boneworks clone at all. Boneworks, totally different type of game. Alex is going to be a story-based game. Boneworks was more of a physics playground with some story to it, but Alex is going to blow everything out of the water. Can I do a review on Drunken Bar Fight Co-op? Yeah, I haven't had the chance to jump into that. I'd like to be able to check it out. Let me see. For me, the stream should have been an hour earlier because it's kind of late here. I considered doing it at 3 or 4 o'clock, but today this worked out best because I literally finished what I was doing for the day minutes before I did this. Do you think that 60% of the Facebook devs got out of the chip? Do you think the 60% the Facebook devs got out of the chip will come to the consumers? I hope so, Jeff, because I would love to see that. It's 67% to be precise of how much more power they got out of the GPU. I would love to see them utilize that for consumers. Right now, it doesn't look like it, but I'm hoping by the time OC, 7 now comes, we'll hear some more about optimizations because it would be really cool. ISS mission, there you go. There's another space one too. Yeah. Let me see. The space one I was thinking of was actually a space flight game that I can't think of the name of it is. I can picture it in my mind. I just can't think of what it is. Any idea when the space game where you tell instructions to a friend will come out? That one looks awesome. No. Yes. There was a release date, wasn't it? June, I think, was it? Might have been June or could have been April. I can't remember. I think it's June or July, actually. But yeah, the shouting game, yes, that looks like a lot of fun. BMF, will an adapter lower the graphics on the link cable? It depends on what you mean by adapter. The adapter for that you're talking about probably goes from HDMI to USB-C or not USB 3 to USB-C. You have to be careful with those because there's some that work and some that don't. As far as I know, it doesn't reduce quality, but yeah, make sure you buy one that you know is going to work. I don't remember. There is a specific one, and I mentioned it in a video previously. I just don't have the link to it right off the top of my head. I hope someone will make a Ready Player One type of game. Yeah, they made one for PC VR that was just like a Gunter game where you had to play specific missions. But I'm hoping Facebook Horizon will be our version of Ready Player One. BMF, do you think the Oculus Link is a viable option for PC VR? I think it's more than viable. I think that it's excellent. I use it, and exclusively for PC VR, I plan on playing Half-Life Alyx on it. I played Boneworks on it. I played Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners on it. I've played Echo. What is it? Yeah, I can't even remember the name of the game. Not Echo Arena, the other one, the story-based one. I played that. I played a lot of them. I love the Link. Can you use Link on Mac and how? Yeah, you can. You just have to... I don't know. I don't have a Mac, unfortunately. If somebody else can answer the question, then do that, please. And I'm not sure 100% how to do it because I don't have a Mac right now. I used to. Do you have to download SideQuest in order to download Virtual Desktop? Yes, you do have to do that through SideQuest. Are the Oculus earbuds worth the price? I've heard that they're good, but I've also heard that there's ones that are on Amazon that are as good or better. Did you play Accounting Plus, and if yes, what's your opinion on it? I've messed around with it. I haven't played it because it's not my type of game, but it is a crazy, crazy game that reminds me of... I don't know what it reminds me of, but it's nuts. If you like crazy stuff and kind of filthy, vulgar stuff, then you probably like it. When will Ven come out? I don't know. I don't even know if it's coming to the Quest yet. The developers did comment on my video that I mentioned Ven in, though, and with a winky face, and says stay tuned, so I'm hoping that means that's a good thing. I'm not 100% sure when, but hopefully soon. Let me see. My Quest is breaking, but I got warranty. Should I try and get it fixed or replaced now or wait until later? Well, if it's breaking, then don't wait. At least get in touch with Oculus and see what they say. Lone Echo, yes. 10.6, you're right. It's Lone Echo. That's exactly what I was talking about, and I can't wait for the sequel. Is there anything about Gorn or Blade of Sorcerer in the Quest? Unfortunately, no good answer for that one for you right now, unfortunately. Do streaming games through sidequest take up space storage? Well, you don't stream games through sidequest. You actually load them onto your quest. So yes, they do take up some space. I'm gonna probably end this here in just a second here, or actually right now, because it is almost 6 and I'm hungry because I haven't eaten hardly anything today, and I'm about ready to go grab some food. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been an awesome live stream. I want to try to do something a little different next week and maybe change the time up and see. Let me know down in the comments on this video once it ends, if the time worked for you. If it didn't, that way I can change it if it would be better to change it. Just trying to get my outro queued up here. I do it all on my phone, and we're going to try it again here in just a second. Thank you so much for joining me. It's awesome having some time with you guys to spend and to chat and just have a good time together. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for the weekly quest, and I will see you next week for some awesome content. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening and weekend. Bye-bye.